There's a question I've been sitting with for a while now. When your family hits a hard season, what's your first instinct? Mine used to be to try to fix it as fast as possible. Smooth it over. Keep everyone comfortable. Until a season came I couldn't fix. No one could. We've been slowly learning something, and Sequoia National Park, of all places, is where it finally clicked for us. We cannot grow in the absence of difficulty. Some things need fire to grow. Hey, we're Rohn and Debra. If your family is craving deeper connection, more rhythm, and less chaos in everyday life, you're in the right place. The drive into Sequoia was dry, rocky, gorgeous in a kind of raw, unpolished way that feels almost honest. There's no soft filter for the approach to Sequoia. It doesn't ease you in gently. The landscape demands your attention. Dry grass and boulders and that wide California sky that makes you feel simultaneously small and significant. We stopped at the Foothills Visitor Center to stamp our passport books, a little ritual we've built with our girls that signals, we're paying attention, this moment matters. I didn't know yet what the park was going to teach us, but I always find that the best lessons arrive when you're not exactly looking for them.
Oh, where people have went underneath it.
They said trucks and RVs would get stuck in here. So in 1990 they rerouted around it, but this used to be the General's Highway.
Oh, wow.
When you enter the forest, and I mean the moment the canopy closes over you, something happens. The noise inside your head quiets. The pace of everything slows. You feel the temperature drop a few degrees, and you instinctively take a deep breath. Seeing the sentinel tree literally stopped us in our tracks. There's no preparing for the scale of it. You have to tilt your entire head back, and still you cannot see the top. It's been alive for over 2,000 years, standing in the same soil while empires and nations rose and fell. Inside the giant forest museum, the exhibits explain how sequoias grow so large. The exhibit that stayed with me was the one about fire, about how sequoia's cones are literally sealed shut, locked, until intense heat opens them up. Without fire, the seeds can't be released. Without fire, there is no next generation of trees. I stood there reading that and thought about some seasons of our family life that felt like they were burning, and how what can look like destruction from the outside is sometimes exactly what's needed for the next generation to take root. We caught the ranger talk with Ranger Cassie, and I want to say something about ranger talks because I know it can feel like the school field trip part of the day, but Ranger Cassie changed that for us. She talked about fire the way you'd talk about a difficult situation, not something to be avoided, but something to be understood. Sequoias need fire to reproduce.
Every time I stand here, I'm just kind of in awe because I think about how this tiny little seed, a tiny, tiny seed the size of an oatmeal flake, comes out of this small cone. This is a Sequoia cypress cone. This is the size of the average size of the cones that these trees release, no bigger. They're about the size of a chicken egg, and I'll pass it around and you can pass it back to me when you're done. So from this cone falls about 200 seeds. The seeds, I put in a little bag so you can see them, are about the size of an oatmeal flake. There's a little black line in the center. That's the only part that germinates. Past that. And maybe one seed, tops, will germinate if it falls on fire-burned, mineral-rich soil, and that's it. So I kind of think it's symbolic for my own life. I kind of had to let it go up in flames, plant the seeds, and just hope that the conditions were right. But they were. And every time I look at the sentinel, which is just an average tree, shockingly, I'm reminded of that you can plant little seeds, ideas, right? Tiny little things, and they can come to life. And so One seed must have fallen out of a sequoia cone over 2,000 years ago, because this tree is over 2,000 years old. And it must have germinated. Thanks for listening to my talk. We have so much fun. Thank you.
Out on the Big Trees Trail, the evidence was everywhere. Char marks climbing 15-20 feet up the base of trees that were still standing tall, still alive, thriving even. Ranger Cassie also helped us understand the difference between sequoias and coastal redwoods, two things people often confuse. Redwoods grow in the damp, foggy coast. They need moisture. Sequoias grow in the mountains where the conditions are harsher, where there's snow, thin air, and fire. They're cousins, but they're built for different challenges. I thought about how we sometimes try to be coastal redwood families in the middle of a sequoia season. We want the mist and the mild temperatures and the easy growth. But the conditions we're actually in, the hard year, the difficult child, the stretched budget, the season that just won't let up, those are sequoia conditions. We don't get to choose whether fire comes, but we do get to choose whether we let it burn us down to our roots or open seeds within us that we're waiting to grow.
What are we studying for?
My thing.
Your thing? What thing?
I don't know. It's Junior Ranger badge.
For where?
Sequoia.
What?
Sequoia.
Cool.
How many badges do you
Kate earned her Junior Ranger badge on this trip, which, if you haven't witnessed a Junior Ranger pledge ceremony, you're missing out. There's something about a child raising her hand and making a promise to care for a place that is genuinely moving.
National parks. I will continue to explore and learn about the natural parks and resources wherever I go. And where are you from? And especially my home of Iowa. Because we always take care of our homes first, right? Excellent. Enjoy.
Next, we drove through Tunnel Log, an actual fallen sequoia that the road passes directly through. The scale does not compute. You're standing on top of a tree that is wider than most rooms in your house. We started up the Moro Rock Trail together as a family, and somewhere around the first set of switchbacks, Olivia, Audrey, and Kate took off ahead of us. Not recklessly, but confidently. Unafraid of the height, moving at their own pace, completely in their element, and silently taking in all that was around them. I watched them climb and I thought, this is what we're building toward. Some of the most important things we give our children aren't lessons. They're experiences that leave room for a feeling they don't even have words for yet. The General Sherman tree is the largest living thing on Earth by volume, which means standing in front of it is a specific kind of humbling. It's not the tallest, not the oldest, not the widest, just the most. the sheer accumulated volume of a life well lived over 3,000 years. It is the definition of endurance. We drove into Kings Canyon to get our second passport stamp because, yes, these are technically 2 parks, and we intended to honor both. The General Grant Tree Trail is quieter, a little less trafficked, and somehow even more profound in its stillness. So here it is, the thing Sequoia taught us that I keep coming back to. The strongest families are not the ones that avoid difficulty. They're the ones who let difficulty do its work. You don't have to manufacture hard times. Life will provide those without your help. But you can stop spending all your energy trying to skip over them. You can start asking, what is this season making room for? We ended the day at our campground in Lemon Cove, and one of the things I love about our life on the road is how the ordinary evening moments become part of the story. We met Teresa, who ran the hot dog stand on Friday nights, selling brats and lemon shake-ups at the campground. She capped off our visit with simplicity and delight.
Mom, you gotta help me.
This is family life, the massive and the mundane right next to each other, both worth paying attention to. The Sequoias teach grandeur, but the campground reminded me that the extraordinary life is mostly made up of ordinary evenings done well. The fire will come, but it's the ordinary days lived side by side that grow the roots a family needs to stand through it. Before we go, I want to leave you with something to sit with this week. What season of fire is your family in right now? And what might it be trying to open? You don't have to answer. Just let the question breathe. If you want to go deeper on this, if you want a practical framework for how your family can move through hard seasons with more intention, we built a free community for exactly that. Come join us and grab your free National Park family itineraries at rohnanddebra.com/plan. We would love to have you there. Next week, we're taking everything those ancient groves taught us and turning it into something you can actually use at home. Because sequoias don't become monarchs without years of weathering, and families don't grow strong without learning how to walk through hard seasons together. We built a simple tool to help your family come through those seasons stronger on the other side. We'll see you then. Thanks for traveling with us this week. We appreciate your comments and your support more than you know. One way you can show your support is to subscribe to our channel. It tells us you enjoy the content, and it helps more families like yours find their way here.
Thanks for joining us. If you would like to see additional content, such as our top travel resources and other free tools, be sure to join our free online community at rohnanddebra.com. Before we wrap things up, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Northwest Iowa Community College. NCC has been such a great fit for our homeschool family. They offer flexible learning options online, on campus, or a mix of both, so it's easy to make education work around your adventure. Our daughter Olivia is actually dual enrolled at NCC right now. She's earning both high school and college credits at the same time. It's been such a fantastic opportunity for her to get ahead while still homeschooling. If you're a homeschool family looking for a way to take that next step, NCC is a great option. Small class sizes, supportive instructors, and affordable tuition make it an easy choice. So, if you're ready to start your success story, check out nccbound.com/homeschool. A big thanks to NCC for making videos like this possible. Want to join our next adventure? Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. See you in the next video.